Hello from Finley Truck and RV. Today we're going to be touring the 2016 Dutchmen Aerolite travel trailer. Currently looking at the nose of the travel trailer. We have our awning and slide outs out. Docking lights are on. As we approach, this unit does come with a power jack. Power jack controls are right here. Light switch. And your extend and retract. Down below there are safety chains, breakaway cable, 7-pin hookup. Back behind, propane tanks. Does have an access cover right here. Both propane tanks also have regulators, so you are able to see your levels without having to take the cover off. Back behind here, brand new battery, and just down below is the battery disconnect. Battery disconnect you will want to be on when you are using the travel trailer, which will be in this position, and you will flip it up when you will be away from the travel trailer, so as to ensure you do not drain the batteries. There is a green indicator for on and a red indicator on top for off. Moving around, we come to a nice big pass-through compartment. This switch right here will control your docking lights. There is also a light inside the compartment. Down below, this unit does have stabilizer jacks. You will not want to lift the travel trailer with these, but you can use them to balance the travel trailer. There are two on the front, extend and retract, and there are two on the rear that also have a switch to extend and retract. Compartments lock and are held up by magnets. Moving down, we're looking at our awning and awning light. Awning controls are on the interior. Entry steps simply fold up and in, and pull out to bring down. Guide rail and assist rail. You will want this to be in the closed position when you are traveling. Moving on down, tires, nice slide out floors. Cable hookup, GFCI protected outlet. There are exterior speakers which are controlled with the radio inside. Looking at our awning. Moving on to the back, looking at the water heater. Water heater has already been bypassed and winterized. I will show you how to bypass the water heater on the interior. When the water heater is full, this plug will be in here. It does run on both gas and electric. When you do want to drain the water heater, first step, you'll want to crack this pressure release valve until no more water is coming out, and a 15/16 inch socket will pull your plug. Door simply lifts up. And closes like so. Down below, the extend retract for the rear stabilizer jacks. And on this back end here, we do have a propane quick connect. You'll pull this cover off, turn your propane to open, and you can hook up right here with a grill or such. That just slides back. Spare tire on the rear. Brake lights and marker lights. We do have another cable hookup right here. Bumper does pull off. You can store your sewer hose inside. And back into into place. On this back side here, we have our furnace exhaust. When the furnace is running, hot air will be blowing out of here, so be mindful of yourselves, kids, pets, etc. Down below is going to be the freshwater fill. This cap just pops off. You'll stick your hose inside of there, and you can fill the fresh tank. Fresh tank drain is then down below, just right there. You'll just need to turn that lever to the down position to drain, and you will want it to be in that position when you are using the fresh tank and pump. We are now looking at the other side of our slide out. Moving on around. Rear refrigerator access panel. Should you need to shut the gas off for any reason, these just spin vertically, and you can pull this panel off, turn the gas off. Gas is currently on to the refrigerator. Fridge runs on both gas and electric automatically. When plugged in, it will run on electric. When unplugged from shore power, it will switch over to the gas side. We have another cable hookup, a light, solar charge ready, and down below is the 30 amp shore hookup. Just down below here are your low point drains. When you are draining the water system, you will want to open both of those drains until they are empty. And we have our sewer outlet next door. Have our black tank valve right here and our gray tank valve right here. Make sure you pull your sewer cap off first. Always a good idea to then pull the black tank and then the gray tank, just to flush any sediment that might get stuck in the end of the sewer outlet right here. Here's a quick spray port. Simply hook your hose up right here, just pops on, quick connect. It is in the compartment just right up there, that blue hose. City water connection, you'll screw your hose on right here when running from the city line. And we have our black tank flush right here. You pull this cap off, you can hook up a hose to it, and it will flush out the black tank. Always a good idea to make sure that the black tank valve is open and the sewer cap is off when using the tank flush. And again, another key compartment, works on magnets. Our hose for the spray port quick connect. Other side of the pass-through compartment. Just to the left, we do have specs on this specific unit. And backing up, and moving on to the interior portion of this tour, we are currently looking at the entry door. Entry door locks both at the handle and deadbolt. Screen door does pop off and close should you want to leave the door open and get some fresh air inside, and simply pops back over and into place. This slider right here, stepping up in, immediately to the left of the entry door is a fire extinguisher. Went out a few safety features. Carbon monoxide propane gas alarm, just on the bottom of the kitchen. Breaker box fuse panel simply pops open. Just up above, this unit does come with a remote. 0, 0, 0, 0 will get you in. Got lights, main slide, front stabilizer, rear stabilizer, and you can also control the awning from here. Just to the right is the main control panel. On here we can check our battery, our fresh tank levels, our black tank level, and our gray tank levels. We have our water pump Water heater, again, I said runs on both gas and electric. You will have to choose which you want to run on right here. Porch light will control the awning light. And then we have our ceiling light switch. Down below, we have our two buttons for the slide outs and the awning control right here. Just down below is the thermostat. Cycling through, we can do fan auto, cool, and furnace, and back to off. This light switch right here controls the strip light that runs around the kitchen counter. GFC eye protected outlet. Moving on around into the kitchen. There is a cover for the kitchen sink. Dual basin kitchen sink. Cold and hot. Down below, you have access to the kitchen sink plumbing. Drawers. Nice big compartment right here. Storage up above. Another outlet. Up top we do have a skylight with a blind. Microwave. Oven light. An exhaust fan. To light the burners, you will want to turn to the light position and then turn the spark knob. And then you can control the size of your flame. And all three are lit. And back to the off position. And then to light the oven, you will want to go to pilot, push and hold that, and you will need a candlestick lighter to put at the back of the oven. Just back there, you will light your lighter. Once the pilot is lit, you can then select your temperature. There is a drawer underneath the oven as well. To the right, we have the fridge. Your power on button. Again, this is automatic. When plugged into shore power, will run on the electric side. When unplugged from shore power, it will automatically switch over to gas. Freezer and fridge. In this slide out, nice big television. There is a fireplace. You will need to run extensions to an outlet to utilize these. There is not an outlet in the slide out. Back behind here, this panel will be screwed in like so. I kept it off for demonstration purposes. You do have access to the furnace as well as the water pump. On this back side here, we are currently in the winterize mode, meaning we will run off of this hose right here. Flipping this to that position will draw from the fresh tank when you have water in it. Just up above is the radio. Has zones A and B. B is the outside speakers, A is the interior speakers. Inside of here, there is a switch. This switch right here controls the TV. Down inside of here. Cabinets along the top side. There are outlets on either side. Push button lights. all of the remotes for this unit, for the fireplace, for the television on the slide out, for the television in the lift, and for the radio. Down below here, more storage. And over here on this side, this panel will be screwed in right here, but I kept it off for demonstration purposes. Again, I did mention that the water heater has already been bypassed. The bypass for the water heater is right there. When pointing vertical to this line right here, the water heater is bypassed. If we were to rotate it to be parallel with this line right here, we would have cold water going into the water heater and hot water coming out of the water heater. So when you are dewinterizing and ready to use the water heater, you will want to flip that lever to be parallel with these lines right here. Simply push it over. Reclining couches. Pull handles are on either side down here. Has cup holders and storage for remotes, etc. And again, the pull handle right there. Storage up above the recliners. Moving to the back of the unit, we first come to the bathroom. Entering the bathroom, shower. Shower doors slide. And this will wrap around that other handle to keep closed during travel. Medicine cabinet, bathroom sink, GFCI protected outlet, access to the bathroom sink plumbing. There is a skylight in the shower. Toilet works on step pedal flush. Simply step on this pedal, will bring water into the bowl and flush into the black tank. Light switch. And up above we do have a fan. Clockwise will open the vent. Turning the fan on, back to off. And counterclockwise will close that vent. Hallway light switch. Entering the bedroom. Windows on either side. Over here, we do have an emergency exit window. To open, you will simply slide that over and push out. And back to our closed position. Storage up above. Three-drawer dresser. Bed also lifts up, revealing additional storage down below. And again over here. There is an outlet down here as well. Closing the bedroom door. There is a light switch as well as a max air fan. Max air fan will work on this remote right here. Turning it on. Vent opens. Fan turns on. There are a number of different controls on here, just depending on what you would like to do. And turning it back off. Vent closes and fan shuts down. Have our antenna booster right here. Green light is on, means the antenna booster is on. Outlet right bus. And the antenna works on a crank right here. Up one way, down the other. And this concludes the tour of the 2016 Dutchmen Aerolite. Thank you.